Hey,
Hey,
welcome back to another episode of this podcast. Still doesn't have a name, but I'm Zero Rimpson. This is my co-host, Jerome Tennyson. We're both stand-up comedians who can't do stand-up right now. So we're doing podcast stuff where we talk about literally whatever we want. And today, I guess the overarching thing is like what we've been up to as of last episode. Um, Recently, I personally just got done. I don't know if you watched this show. I know you've been watching the show that I am. I kind of have a thing because I saw it on your Instagram story that you're watching Too Hot to Handle.
oh
I haven't
yeah.
I haven't watched it, but my friend described the premise to me, and I got immediately annoyed. How in the world is that a TV show premise? It's like either you
Right.
have sex with a hot person, or do they win money? Like, what is the prize?
Yes. The prize is money.
So if they just hold it together, if they just don't sleep with anybody, they win prize money.
Right.
That sounds like
But
how do the
but
women on the
but you have
show?
to but you have to form a connection with somebody
Okay,
or show some kind of growth.
okay, how
Like
do
as far as like relationships and stuff and how you deal with relationships and stuff.
got it? How do
Yeah.
the women not automatically win that show? Tell me how any dude stands a chance on that show.
You gotta watch it, man, and you gotta watch it. Because it took me for a minute too. It was first, like, what is this crap? And then maybe about like the third episode, I was invested by about like the third or fourth episode.
Okay.
I was like, let's see where this goes.
Okay.
This is entertaining. This is
Okay, I
entertaining.
might check it out. That's how I felt about. I recently finished, and this is where I was starting up top. I recently finished Love Is Blind, and uh, that show was like it was amazing to watch with my friend in the way of like everybody's making bad decisions. This is a bad decision. It's just watching several adults try to convince themselves that it's okay to get married to somebody you don't know. And like
Yeah,
they're trying to convince
yeah.
they're
It's
trying to
yeah, that one.
convince
I like that one too. That one was entertaining too.
yeah,
The Love Is Blind. Yeah, that one was entertaining.
yeah.
Interesting concept because I just my favorite part of it is huh. Oh, my bad. Sorry, I thought the producer. I thought was saying.
Yeah, you got PR
I thought my
on your
I thought
side.
my mic wasn't on.
I got people
Get
too.
this fucking mic off me.
No. Yeah, tell Obama I'll call him back.
Sorry, anyway, my favorite part of those type of shows is when it gets real. Like after they do like a whole honeymoon like type phase, and then they gotta like go back and move in with each other and like live with each other and actually date each other. That's when the show gets good.
No, yeah,
To me,
there was a lot
for
of
me.
I started playing two different games in that show that were not the premise of the show. So like game number one was why are these people single and trying to deduce why each one of them was alone. Like you think how lonely do you have to be to sign up for that show? Like
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a
yeah.
part of the experiment where I don't see the person at all and they don't see me and then I marry them immediately. It's like you're trying to cut out all the fat. You don't want nobody getting exposed to you too much.
Yeah, I think what it is in a sense they're stealing from other cultures with like the arranged marriage, but they're doing it in the most American way you could possibly
Right.
do it, like a controlled
Right.
like setting, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because and then just kind of trying to make it entertaining, so let you
Right.
choose like blindly who you love.
That
Type
was
of
another
thing.
part of it for me is like I could tell everything. I could tell a good portion of that show was producer influenced in the way that
Oh
like
yeah,
they would like after they got through the thing, they had the honeymoon period kind of like once they started putting them all back together in rooms, they would like have them like, okay, now you two go talk over there. I'm like, there's
yeah.
no way that Amber was allowing Jessica to talk to him on her own for no reason. Like I know what
Oh
the
yeah. Knowing that she liked them. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree. Yeah, that was funny.
There's no way. Amber's everything you see Amber
Yeah,
talking about
yeah. In
Jessica,
real
she's
life,
like, if that
yeah.
girl tries to touch my man, it's over.
Yeah, yep, yeah.
Yeah, her. I mean,
What'd
again,
you
I
say?
just
You know how she flips her hair all the time?
Yeah.
You know her, what's her face going on?
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. My producer was saying that first hair flip, that's when she would have walked over there, like, what's going on?
You know what I knew? That I knew Amber, and here's how I knew. It took me a while. I'll say after watching the show, Gina's absolutely the craziest girl. And then
Which one was Gina? Okay, remind me, because I'm bad with the names sometimes.
Gina.
Because, by the way, I'm watching like 30. I'll tell you later. I'm watching so many reality shows.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Gina was the one. She's the one who proposed to her guy. Like,
Gianina.
Yeah.
What's
Janina. Yeah.
Gialina. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the one. She looks like Kate Upton to me. I know I'm the only one that thinks that, but
yeah.
Motherfucker. Yeah, I know who that one is.
Yeah, her, and then it went. I think I'm gonna put Amber and then Jessica, because even though we saw the crazy that Jessica was, I think the only reason Amber slid by is because she kept getting her way throughout the show. But I think if you show, like, everything she's hinted at is like, Amber absolutely would have mollywhopped somebody, like, eventually.
Yeah.
She was gonna get in a fight. But like, those are the girls, and then on the guy side, weirdly enough, I would say Mark was #1 crazy.
Okay, Mark was which one?
Mark was the short dude that was with Jessica.
Okay, yeah.
And he was like mama's boy. He was like you're like my mom, like you remind me of my mom.
Oh yeah, he was dating the older chick, and she's not even like that. Like she's because she was like, I don't want to be your mother, and then exactly. Their relationship was kind of weird for a little bit because she was.
The amount of times I was like, it's a no, dude. I was like, it's a no. Every single time they would hang out, I was like, she doesn't like. From the time she came out, I was like, you watch her interaction with him when they first see each other, and then you watch Amber and Barnett's, and you're like, no, that's when a girl likes you. When a girl likes you, it's like a lot of touching. She's like giggling. She's doing a whole bunch. And then when Jessica came up to him, she was like burying her face in his chest.
Yeah.
Dodging the kiss.
I think she didn't like him. She was probably upset with herself for choosing him because she was like, oh, I had no clue. Yeah. Obviously, nobody had no clue. But I think, and then she realized that she passed up on the other dude. Her and the other guy passed up Barnett, right? Or whatever.
Barnett rejected her.
Yeah, Barnett rejected her. So she probably was looking and she was like, I'd rather have that. Yeah. Well, obviously, she liked him. I mean, that was the whole thing.
Right. And that's the thing. The funny thing to me is, like, I feel like that show did show a version of it was like a half truth, because Barnett transcended like his, for lack of a better term, his game shined through the glass wall. Because like it's no surprise to me that Barnett ended up like almost getting with the 3 girls that he did. Like those girls were like laser precision attracted to that type of dude. Like out the gate, I got you. Barnett was like, whatever, I'm going to do my crude sexual jokes. And then every girl that was like, that's funny, he's being on sexual already. It was like, and it was funny to see him up against the black girl. And he was like, and she was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
But like, it's also funny to see, like you said, when they get real, like even when the wall was up, like Amber tells this whole really tragic story about her having an abortion, and Barnett doesn't say nothing. He can't interact with real stuff. If you watch him throughout the show, whenever they're having a serious conversation, Barnett shuts down. He like looks at the ground. He like turns into like, nothing to say. All of his responses turn into like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That is true. Yeah, when she got real, he was like, I can't handle this. Hey, what up, Jerry? Yeah, he was like, I can't handle this, my bro.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Yeah, man. I agree with it. What about the one black couple, the dude who he was sitting by the pool, and he was like, I gotta tell you something. I got a secret to tell you.
No, you know what? I actually forgot about him. You know what? That's on me. I forgot about him because you're usually following the couples that at least made it down the aisle through the whole show. But like, because he didn't make it past honeymoon phase, I forgot about him. I'm actually putting him at the top because the argument he had with her was so insane. It was like he was putting so much on her before he even got to say anything that it was like I get it. He was going through all his stuff because, to be fair, you and I, everybody knows in the black community, homophobia has got its thing, and where people are still very much dealing with that. And so being
Yeah.
a bi guy as a black man is tough. And so it's like,
Yeah.
I get why he was afraid, especially when he was talking to, what was her name? Was it Crystal? She had like a
He definitely was afraid, but he knew he deceived her.
Yeah, no, he was in the wrong. he was
Yeah.
in the
So
wrong. And then he tried to
yeah.
play like, I've been honest this whole time. And she's like, no, you haven't.
Right.
And then it was like he wouldn't admit that he had done anything wrong. And so
And then the worst part about it was she was open to it. She was like, let's sit here and like discuss it. But he was so guarded because of the things that you just said that he didn't even realize that she was just like, okay, well, let's just talk. I'm like, I'm here right now.
Yeah, she
Tell
was
me about this. What's going on? Like
he assumed she already didn't like him and was like,
yeah.
I'm out. And then like he
Yeah.
pulled the shoe. And so it was really
And then on his way out when he told her, and fix your weave.
they started going in on each other. I was like, dang, that turned real quick.
Fix your weave.
Wow.
Oh man. Yeah, that show, man. We talking about Love Is Blind reality show. I don't know if y'all watched that or not, but
it was
that show, man, was crazy. Yeah, that was. And then the reunion where he gets on one knee.
I couldn't watch it. It was like,
okay. You couldn't go all the way through. You got to go all the way through, man. If you're gonna watch it, you can't stop once you invest.
I have a limit of like cringe in me where it's like, you know, like in those sitcom shows where like a character will get into a wacky situation. It's like, this is embarrassing. At a certain level, it gets too high for me, and I can't take it. And I'm like, I can't watch this. And my spidey sense went off when I was watching the reunion from how the two hosts were talking, and then how everybody was reacting. Like the first question was like, "Who's married to your spouse?" And like the couples did, and like, okay, who's still dating the person they're with? And then Janine, whatever her name did, and it was like, who's not with their person? And just that question alone made me see everybody's face and what was going on, and I was like, I can't. And especially knowing what I know they're about to show them, and I know these people are not mature enough to handle the things that they're about to show them. So I pressed the eject.
It's good. It's not as bad as you think it is. It was cool.
Really?
It was decent. Not as entertaining as the show overall or anything, but it was okay. For a reunion show, it was fine. It was, it kind of shows where they at, if who was still together, if they were still together, and then it kind of just addressed some of the things, kind of a little bit. Like they didn't really fully address, was it Amber liking Barnett or whatever?
What, Jessica or Amber's the one that got her. Jessica's the one that got rejected.
Yeah, they didn't really address that too much, but they addressed like some of the other stuff, and then the guy kind of apologizes for how he reacted poolside with the girl.
Yeah.
About yelling at her and stuff.
Okay.
They did.
Yeah, because they asked Amber how she felt about Jessica choosing Barnett, and Jessica apologized to Amber. Amber does know I'm not going to accept her apology.
Oh, they did address it. My bad, I forgot.
Okay.
Told you I've been watching like 1,000 shows. My bad, I forgot. So they did address it.
What other shows are you on right now?
Too many to name, but right now I'm watching Married at First Sight. It's very similar.
Okay.
Married at First Sight is good because experts place you together. So these experts put you together, and then you get married. The first time you meet each other is at the altar, and then you get married, and then you go like on a honeymoon, and then after the honeymoon, of course, that's when shit gets real. You got to move in together.
Okay.
And then you have, I think, 60 weeks or something like that, weeks to decide if you guys want to stay married or not.
I love how every one of these reality shows just spits in the face of marriage. Just like, get married, don't get married. It's a game show. Just the divorce, whatever, man. It's happy.
Yeah.
That's the part. And I love this.
It's entertaining though for me. For me, I'll be enjoying it, man. I just be sitting there with my popcorn. Well, I don't really, not literally, but watching. Metaphorically with popcorn.
It's also that thing of like, what is at least in Too Hot to Handle, there is a prize of like money. Love Is Blind is like, congratulations, you got a husband. Way to go, you got a wife now. I'm like, that's not a prize to me. I'm sorry.
I think it just makes it, I like watching it with my fiance so that she appreciates me more.
Show them what the other options are. You could be dating a what? I can never remember the bi guy's name. You could be dating a crazy like that.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Nah, but yes, that's entertaining, man. We're watching that a little bit. You watch Ozark?
Oh, I haven't gotten to it yet, but I've heard good things.
Okay, you watch. Are you watching You're done with Pretty Little Liars?
I'm not done with it, but I'm getting pretty close. I'm still there. To be fair, where I'm at, they're still in high school, so I got a long way to go. But
all right. Well, what else you watch? What else are you watching right now?
Man, so I just got done. So me and my friend have been going down this thriller rabbit hole.
Like friend or
like my ex, who's also my best friend. Like,
oh yeah, I forgot about that. We don't have to talk about that. I know that's kind of private, but
no, that's fine. I mean,
it is okay. So,
oh no, my tea.
How does it? Zero is best friends.
One of. I would say Jeromes
with his ex.
Best guy friend. This is my best female friend, and yeah, it's my ex from college. We dated for 2 years, and then we haven't been together since. And so, but she's really chill. Like, she's really cool. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is that weird thing where, like, once you go to a level of closeness, you can't go back from that. So we still get into fights that seem eerily coupley, but it's because we know each other.
Oh my gosh. So you're like, you guys are having a couple arguments, but not I know what you're saying like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like at the end of the day, the beautiful thing about being friends with somebody like that is at the end of the day, you can honestly end the argument well, it's not my problem anymore. Like, that's not your issue. I mean, I could fix it if I was trying to date you, but I'm not. And so we get to keep being who we are.
That's funny. So how long have y'all known each other total?
Total, man. I think we're at year 6 now, because I met her sophomore year of college. I graduated 2015. That's 5, 2. Yeah, that's like 7. Almost
just his age.
Yeah, it's almost 7. Almost 7 years now. Only 2 of us are dating. Again, we've been friends way longer than we were dating. Like, way.
Yeah.
I thought
somebody said they thought that was white people stuff. They cut their exes off quicker than samurai.
So I don't know. Maybe.
Oh yeah, did you guys introduce your lovers to each other?
No and yes. She's only had one boyfriend after me. He knew of me, but I never personally met him because she lives in Missouri. I live in California. So our thing is long distance.
Yeah. Because I remember one time you was on the phone with her and we were going to a mic, and then I came up. I was like, Zero. He was like,
yeah. She was in a.
He was like, I'll be there in a minute. I was like, who are you talking to? And you were like, oh, I forgot how you said it, but yeah. Like, I caught you.
But yeah, she has her moments. But again, it's overall super cool. That's the thing. I feel like it's weirder I guess I get it. As a concept, I'm super lucky because like she was the first girl I ever dated and the only one thus far. And so like for me, I'm spoiled in that like I understand in concept not being friends with your ex if they did you dirty, but I don't understand it if like you were that close to a person. If they did anything if they like cheated on you, I get it. If they cheated on you or like they really did something grimy that hurt you to a core place, that's fine. Cut them out. But, like, if it's, like, a mutual breakup, and I think that's one of the problems. I don't think a lot of people do the mutual breakup. I think a lot of people, like, wait until they get really hurt, and then they leave. It's just like, I'm gonna stick this out, and as long as you don't brutally abuse me, then I'll just be here. And it's like...
Yeah, not me. I'll be gone.
I'll be out.
You sneeze, bro. Why you sneeze like that? I'm out.
Immediately. And I don't look back. I don't talk to nobody ever.
Nah. I've been with my fiance. We've been together for like 37 years. No, we've been together for 9. We've been engaged for almost 3 years. 2 years? 2.5, almost 3. I have to check with her. I gotta get these answers right. Anytime you see my eyes divert, that's what I'm like. I'm checking with Bay over this. I don't want to answer anything wrong, Zero. Do not let me answer anything wrong. Help me help you.
Morse code blinking. Just,
Right. And this is the happiest I've ever been.
but yeah. What was I saying? But yeah, so that was her. But I mean, you know me since then. It's this weird. I finally turned the corner. I don't know if I told you about this, but like I turned the corner on like I'm out of the bachelor mode phase, and now I'm like, all right, I'm open.
Are you ready to be in a relationship now?
Yeah, I'm like I'm.
Yeah,
open
because I remember before you were saying you didn't want to be, you wasn't ready, you wouldn't feel like you were ready for a relationship.
Yeah, I
but
didn't.
you had just like moved out here, you starting a comedy and.
Right. It was
And
a lot
all that
like,
kind of stuff, and the weird schedule that kind of brings with hitting open mics and trying to get on shows and and really try to start stuff. So
down then, but now I don't care and I need it, so I'm gonna drag her to every
the
mic.
companionship,
Make her sit there and listen to the same 4 jokes. Like, hey, I need a. You know, all the mics are closed right now, so I'm gonna do all these bits.
Someone's a little lonely.
You're like, hey, baby, okay, hi, this is Zero. I know it's been about 4 months since I called.
This is gonna be a little.
Yeah.
Just
first of all, I need. First of all, I need to know: do you have Corona, or anybody near you have they had Corona? And then, if not, would you like to quarantine with me for 3, maybe 4 minutes?
It's definitely a rough time for trying to be a dating single. But like that's what's funny is like I know that on the girl side of things, like dudes don't care. Like the Rona ain't stopping no dude for trying to meet up with some girl. I know because Tinder, Bumble, and some other app sent me a notification. Like you know how their teams will also message you and they'll be like, "We updated the thing." They sent out a thing that was like, hey, we know like it's fine to like talk to people and form relationships. Maybe don't go out and meet them. Maybe stay at home right now. Just real quick, just don't do that. Like, and I'm like, oh, Tinder, that's adorable. You think people listen to you? You think you can beat male libido with a nice text message?
It's interesting and stuff. I'm not familiar with like I'm not familiar with the apps.
I've never heard of it
whatsoever. I have no clue, but I heard this Tinder thing. You like swipe or something like that.
No information. She got you cut off from the world. You don't know what dating apps are? Dang. I ain't never seen another one. My lady only lets me watch documentaries about gay men. I just recently watched Moonlight. It was a pretty good movie.
Right. No, but I know, like, you know, are you on like Christian Mingle or Farmers on meatonly.com or
that's the thing.
I just want some booty.com or anything like that?
Just want some. Did you know?
I just want more booty, less lip.com.
Okay. So that actually opens me up to a rant that I have. Since I have all the apps, something that excuse me, I have the main 3. I have OK, I have Tinder, and I have Bumble. But because I have all 3, and Google is a mega machine that knows your stuff and like wants to suggest more stuff, I keep getting ads for other dating sites. But like all the other, they're like the off-brand whack dating sites, and they're so trash that their commercials are bad. Like there's one that's like I think it's called like Uber Horny, and like you would think with like a name like Uber Horny, it would be like, oh, it has something to do with the Uber coming. Maybe they drive the girl to you, and then you like get in the car with them, and then you have sex in the car, and then they drop you off. Maybe that's the idea that comes to me when I hear Uber Horny. Like it's a pickup service where you have
it's
sex
delivery. They deliver and get a pussy.
But that's not what it is. It's just a regular other dating site that like apparently its whole appeal is just that everybody's really horny on there.
That's because you did Uber only. You got to do Uber Select. That's what
you got to do Uber Premium. Oh, that's what it was.
Just be careful. Don't do Uber XL. Unless you're into that type of thing.
I'm just too broke to afford any of the higher. But
that would be hilarious. Uber XL's like big girls or something, like big people.
all the things are just section, just different kinks.
Yeah.
But there's but the ad. What got me was the ad. I didn't download the apps, but like the ad is what made me laugh because the ad for it showed up on YouTube, and there are two different versions. Both have just the most barely like you know how like there's girls that you consider attractive, there's girls that are like okay and passable, and then there are girls that are like I need a drink, like to start to even consider. Like
Again, I'm not really familiar with this because all I see is my fiance. So, but
okay.
yeah, keep going.
Okay, well
Just want to put that disclaimer.
Imagine your fiance was like less than and then take that down like even more, and like if you can even imagine another woman, like that disgusting thing. Those are the most women on this site. All the women that aren't your fiance. But they have them as the store. Like you could at least. Here's how I know. It's like one, I know your company's broke because you can afford to buy a fake actor model and have her say she's on the site, and then convince a dummy to think, oh, hot girls like this are on the site. They don't.
Oh, gotcha.
They're trying to be honest, I guess, and they actually use like girls who might be on the site, but it's like there's a reason they're on that site. What do you think the type of girl is that is having a hard time finding sexual partners in men? Like that's a rough circle to fall into, because the number of women who will have sex and the number of dudes that won't have sex with them is very tiny. And so it's like it's them coming on like trying to do all the like things they've seen hot girls do, where they're like, yeah, I just like want to have like fun. Like I don't want to have to like be and I just want to do stuff. You're like, is
so wait, all this is on the ad? Or like when you actually go, or like when you sign up and get your subscription?
No, this is
because Zero's like, oh yeah, I would never do that.
This is them trying to get you in the door, which shows me that the door is busted.
And so you're saying they couldn't even? Yeah. Like, maybe they should call that one Last Resort.
But yeah,
because that's what that sounds like.
There was another one where this girl it's not, so that's uber horny. Then there's this other one where there's this girl on there where she's attractive enough, but she's attractive in that way that's like, oh, you'll wreck my life. Like you're attractive in that way that like I'm kind of barely doing it, but even on the side that I'm barely doing it, I know that you might steal from me. Like I can't go to sleep after we do stuff because like things are gonna be missing. I'm not gonna feel safe. And like the whole ad is like her being like, "Are you sick of dating good girls? Maybe go get yourself a bad bae." And I'm like,
that's hilarious. Oh my God.
Like
so how often are you going on dates before quarantine?
Before quarantine, man, I wasn't. That's the thing. Before quarantine, I used the club as my main source of getting any. But then so essentially what happened was I'm at the point where it's like, now I'm fun to hook up with, but like to get them to like continue to do anything more, I'm like a one night type of dude that like they didn't see me as any more than just the fun for right there.
He's out there slutting. To be clear, Zero is
abstinent.
He is abstinent.
Yeah, I'm saving myself for marriage. So I'm a weird one. Like, I'm out there doing easy boy tendencies.
Because I just don't want everybody to think you're just a slut. You're just going around when you say, you hooking up and stuff. I don't want everybody to get the wrong impression of Zero. That's all. So I just want to clarify. He is.
I think if you see me at all, you get that I'm not like there's a very specific vibe that comes from a dude that does get around like that, and I don't have that vibe. Which is also why I don't. Like, again, they're not locking down with it. They're just like, oh, this is a sweet, swell guy. I'll mess with him for right now and then just, off with him. And I'm like, okay, but I don't know. It's weird.
But you also said you kind of feel the same way though. But most of the girls that you were kind of talking to anyway, right? Like none of the ones you ever told me about were like you were like, oh man, I want this like to be.
That's because again,
granted, you never told me about everybody, but I mean, just the times that we do talk, like I've never heard you say like.
And that's because I recently turned the corner. So to be fair, I've only been trying to start down that path recently. So like it was kind of like I'm adjusting to being a regular dater. Like, okay, it's like I'm ready, but now I'm in
let
that
me
part
ask you this, because this is good, because usually it's on the other way around. Like guys are trying to pressure girls.
Right.
So do any of the women that you talk to, do they try to and I have to make sure I didn't say girls, women, because my sister makes sure I do any of them ever try to pressure you in any sort of way to give it up?
You know, only one time. Only one
Really?
time no, that's not true. There's a
Did you start crying?
I have some stories that I could tell.
No, but this is interesting because you don't hear the other side of things like that.
To be fair, it's super rare. Like, it's super rare. Like, to the point where I wouldn't even, the only one that I would even barely consider pressury, like you remember the threesome story?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those girls, like, I said up top what I was doing and that we're not going to do anything, and then she reached for my junk and I pushed it away, and then she tried to reach for it later again and I pushed it away again, and it never went any further than that. But like, that's the most I've experienced.
By the way, we're gonna have to do this threesome, not today, but we'll do it on another podcast. We got to redo the threesome story for this podcast, because
it's this weird thing that, like, I both am very proud, but I also don't think about it anymore. Like, at the time, I was super hype on it, but now I'm like, yeah, that just kind of happened. Like, I genuinely forget that it even happened because I'm so in that other mode. Like, it's because I've so switched over to, like, I'm ready to be something. That's like a fun thing I did back there. I love the story. It's a funny story. I definitely.
So what I want to know is how do you feel about misleading these women like that? You should feel ashamed of yourself.
Misleading these poor ladies.
You're some kind of whore.
That's the thing, though, is like, I think one of the things I'm dealing with, air quotes, dealing with, is that we live in this era. And in this era, there's been this shift where a lot of it isn't like that. Like, the girls that I get, and I don't know how other dudes manage, and to be fair, they might have higher numbers than me by being tricky, but like, the girls that I do get, I get from being very honest and straightforward.
Okay. So when you meet them, you're letting them know, this is how I am. This is who I am.
I try to mitigate.
So you're not misleading them at all.
Yeah, I try to mitigate.
That's the problem. You got to mislead them. That's
why your numb's
that's
so
the problem. You don't be honest to year 3.
Like you're doing something. Your producer telling you to clean it up. don't.
So this is what you talk about.
But you did, but not with me, right? But not with me.
Yeah. So tell the people, how do you get a nun pregnant? Somebody wrote.
Yeah.
Anyway,
likes to pop in the chat and drop his own jokes. He does it on the other podcast too.
Oh, so if you don't mind sharing, and if you do,
I don't.
Just blink twice. So the people want to know, what is the extent? Like, how far will you go? Is there like fingering? Is there?
So as of right now, the furthest that I go is I will
eat the groceries.
You eat booty?
No. So as of right now, I go as far as fingering. Like, I'm a fingering, suck boob kind of guy. Like, I'm a rubbing, fingering, boobs kind of guy.
How about for him, though? What would you do?
What about in receiving anything?
Receiving, you can put your lips anywhere that aren't my butt and my junk. Like,
okay, so she can kiss your whole body, but no head, no
whatever she wants to, but nothing internally except my mouth.
Okay.
And that's as far as I am right now. I go back and forth with thinking about eating girls out, but I know it's less of a like if I would or wouldn't. It's more of a like, I know for me, if I want to continue down the path of abstinence, if I let myself go there, I'm not going to be able to control myself for the rest of it.
So do you try not to put yourself in certain situations then? So if you know, like, for example, you feeling the girl, you guys are both feeling each other, and you're like, okay, I know we probably better not be alone together or something.
No.
Like I probably better not tell her to come over
I
my
feel-
house and we're just chilling in the room. You have the lights off, candles lit,
Right.
have a little bit of wine, maybe even some cognac, and then you ask for a massage, stuff like that.
No, see, I'm fine with situations. I'm fine with every situation. The only situation, the lines that I draw are like me physically. So like my pants don't come off. Like I mean pants, yes. I might switch into like sleepies, like they're
Okay.
loose.
Okay,
But,
gotcha.
like, that's as far. Those don't come off. My junk is never out.
Have you ever slept with a girl?
Have I ever had sex with a girl or slept?
No,
next
slept, not sex, like slept, like
I'm
cuddle.
like, that's kind of the piece of purpose. Yeah. I've slept with them. Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
it's one of the things I miss the
So
most.
you're able to be intimate without like going all the way, like without sexual intercourse.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes.
That sounded so weird. Okay.
you entered into full teacher mode right there. For the kids when they bring up something a little too mature.
So that's good though. So because you know how you are, you know what you want.
Yeah,
and then
I really feel like again it's a couple of factors for me. One is
so that's what I'm saying, Zero. You need to go on Married at First Sight.
I'm
That
not
way you can y'all get married at the altar.
I'm not that.
And then,
I believe in the options and my ability to get the options. I think
no, but experts but this show on Married at First Sight, experts put you together. So it's like you go through a whole I don't know what you go through, but I think it's like the whole thing, like questionnaire, interview, and so they try to match you with somebody they feel is perfect, like that aligns with you.
Right, but me on the piece of paper isn't the me. Like I don't think that.
No, but they do like
Psychological exam.
and they do psychological exams and examination and stuff. I think it will work probably for you as far as like maybe kind of meeting someone that you're compatible with.
Yeah, but that's
I think it would.
I think they would
Because I think you would be 100% honest. Because a lot of people aren't. The thing is, a lot of people aren't 100% honest in those evaluations and stuff.
I believe it.
And I think you would, and whoever you're meant for would be 100% honest too. And then I think you guys would. Shit, I might. Matter of fact, I might get my license soon, so that I can. We might have to make this into a reality show.
I don't want that
Picking
even.
Zero up. Where's Zero's wife?
No. I will handle my own love life.
Please.
I will gladly just continue on the path.
I feel a YouTube reality show coming on. I'm just saying, I feel a YouTube reality show coming on.
No, I know. People love to find virgins and then put them together like little science.
No, it doesn't have to be based on. I don't think it has to be based on, because you would marry her if she wasn't, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I don't think it has to be based on that. See, that's what I'm saying. This is the real deal. It's not even based on that.
If we could find some other sad lonely. There are a lot of them. I know a couple.
Oh, we don't have to be sad. Oh, Zero. No, I think it'll work.
I believe you. It would work because I'm an attractive, handsome. The problem isn't getting me.
But I think it will make for good YouTube reality TV.
Who's watching YouTube reality TV?
That's the thing. There's a whole thing that's unlocked that if we tap into a whole market that we have to tap into.
I promise nobody wants that market. No, I can guarantee you.
And then once we tap into it, everybody's gonna be like, yeah, why didn't I think of that?
That's what they'll say.
Who would have knew?
That's what they say. There's a reality. It's kind of a reality show. It's called The Box. Essentially, there's like this little box. It's essentially like speed dating, where there's this box and you talk to somebody for a second and the box will ask you guys questions or out your personal information. And as soon as the person doesn't like you, they press the button and then they switch in somebody new. And so, like, some people get switched out on just looks alone. Some people, like, they'll be vibing, and then the box will be like, this person has slept with 42 men. And then
got you. So they reveal something about you.
Yeah, it's really, really jacked up. Face to face. So you're, like, rejecting people to their face about really, like, it's very weird, but it is interesting. And it's a lot of the, like, stuff you already know. Like, you wouldn't be surprised at anything. Like, attractive people say yes to attractive people. Like, people usually pass. Like, a nerd came in and they...
You kind of breaking up now. You're kind of scrambly.
Is that you, or is that your phone? Is that your phone going up?
Oh, is it because my phone's going off?
Yeah, because I hear like buzz, buzz. Technical difficulties, you guys. In the meantime, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, you're frozen, really.
Really? I'm moving
Yeah,
around.
you're like,
I'm doing a lot. And on my side, I can see you and hear you fine.
and can you see yourself and hear yourself fine?
Yeah, I'm good on my side. I'm golden. I'm killing.
Oh, so maybe it's just mine because I can see you moving, but it's like
Yeah.
cartoonish, like you
I'm
moving
like,
slow.
you could exit and come back in.
All right, let's try that.
Okay.
How much time we got left?
We
20
have
minutes?
17 minutes.
Okay. All right, I'll log on and log back in, and then we'll do this. We can do the 17.
All right. Let Now, while we wait for him to come back, it's just you guys and me. Let's talk. Let's get personal, you guys. Let's come in close. Come in real close. So here's what I gotta say. Oh, he's already back. So much for our personal time. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about love.
All right, is that better? Can you see me now? Hey, there we go. Is that better? Oh, my cousin Kevin up in there. What up, Kevin? Holding it down for Texas. Can you hear me, Zero? Nod yes if you can hear me. I can. No, you can't hear me? You can hear me. I can't hear you. All right, let me try. Let's try that again. Let me exit again, and then let's see what. Let me turn my Wi-Fi on and off. Give me like a minute.